implants, 25 years from now, it's probably going to be neural implants, which I was reading a story today that like Elon might be in trouble, the Neuralink company, because of animal abuse, because they run these studies on monkeys and then they kill the monkeys, which they do all the time. Whenever they do these studies with animals, they wind up killing the animals to find out like what kind of an effect these things had on the animals by doing autopsies on them.
Yeah.
And, people are finding out that they did that to monkeys and that they opened monkeys' heads up and put these fucking Neuralink things in there. And this is outraging people, which is a very interesting moral dilemma. Like, if you can fix all these diseases, if you can cure paralysis, if you can greatly expand the ability of the human mind through technology, but you have to kill a bunch of monkeys to do it, are we okay with that?
I don't think that's going to become I don't think that'll become a widespread thing, because you can't look at any of our major medical breakthroughs that didn't have some level of animal research. I think that on stuff that might strike people as relatively, what might strike people as relatively frivolous, testing comfort levels of shampoos and shit, right? You can see people being like, that doesn't seem to me something that really warrants the use of animal experimentation.
Right.
But I don't think that like the preponderance or like mainstream Americans are going to turn against medical research that involves animal experimentation once they understand how much of what they enjoy has been informed, influenced, discovered because of that. I think you make some noise about it, but I have a hard time seeing that becoming an actual problem.
Yeah, I think it's a point of outrage for some people, particularly animal rights people. But that is the nature of a lot of those experiments. What do you think about that kind of shit, like neural implants? You ever thought about it? You ever looked into it?
No. I mean, I might have read some things about it, but no, I don't have an opinion about it because I don't understand. I'd have to have a question put to me, I guess, but I don't understand it enough to have an opinion about it.
It's a weird thing, and it's probably going to be the future. It's probably going to inevitably, whether it's 50 years from now or 5 years from now, they're going to be doing that. They're going to be doing that to people.
Putting it in you with what in mind?
Enhancing your access to information.
Got it.
Increasing the bandwidth that the human mind has to information. Initially, it'll be for people with injuries. It apparently can be used for people with paralysis, and they'll be able to use, I'm going to crudely describe this for anybody who's an actual scientist. They're going to be able to, people that no longer have, their spinal column has been severed, they're going to be able to bypass that and allow you to have access to your limbs.
Got it.
With this technology. So initially, it'll have some very acceptable applications where people go, this is great, this is groundbreaking, people who are paralyzed can now walk. But then ultimately, what Elon said to me is you're going to be able to speak without using words. So there's going to be some sort of an interface that people have with each other they're going to be able to be connected, whether it's through the internet or some other broadband type of technology. You're going to be able to access information, communicate with each other, and do all of it through these devices.
I hope that thinking part you can turn off and on when you want, man. Make arguing with your wife be a disaster, dude.
Well, just access to the internet. Imagine access to everyone's opinions. Turn on your notifications for the whole world, and they're all inside your head.
Sure.
Fuck.
So no, I don't like the sounds of that.
No.
But the disease stuff, for sure.
Sure.
Who's going to argue against it? That puts you in a weird. That puts you always in a moral bind. Would be, you kind of get into like, well, AI makes me very uneasy. However, when put to use for national security, or no, they want to put an implant in your brain. Okay, but what about allowing this child who's never walked, this child who's never seen to see? Oh yeah, well in that case.